So lately I've been thinking a lot about games from the past, in particular games on the past PlayStation consoles. One of my favorite systems of all time is the PlayStation 3. And it really is a shame that I can't go down to my local store and pick up a cheap PS3 game or go to the garage sale and find a really sweet PS3 gem and put it in my PS4 system and have a blast. It really is a shame. Now, I know that Sony in the past has made comments about backwards compatibility. I know they've seen the success and they're taking notes. They're seeing what a huge hit of backwards compatibility on the Xbox One was. Now, when the Xbox One said, hey, we're gonna have it so you can play a lot of your Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One, people were like, oh, this is great fan service. And then eventually they're like, hey, we also can have it so a lot of your favorite original Xbox titles you can also play on your Xbox One. People were like, great, this is great fan service. But it was far more than just fan service. It was also a huge hit for bringing in a lot more revenue. You know, games that were over 10 years, people were buying again. And Microsoft was making money, publishers were making money, developers were making money, which is really awesome, really amazing. So again, I know that Sony maybe has kind of talked down on the whole backwards compatibility thing, but I really hope that the PlayStation 5 is fully backwards compatible. You know, guys, there's a lot of cheap PS3 games that you can pick up. And I was at the GameStop website recently. I was like, holy cow, there are over 500 PS3 games that I can pick up for $4.99 or less. Over 500 games for $5 or less. And then I was like, oh, what about $2.99? It was like around 300 games on the PS3 I could get for $2.99 or less. And I'm like, this is crazy. Now, granted, a lot of you guys looking at the list, you go to GameStop.com, you're like, Jimmy, a lot of those games suck. A lot of those games stink. They're awful. I will grant you that. It's true. But a lot of the games are really good. There's a lot of great first-party titles and a lot of great hidden gems. And the reason why I'm making this video is I'm hoping there's even actually a bunch of $1 games as well. And I was like, what the heck? Like, Infamous was $1 and a lot of the Uncharted games are $1. And I know they've got the remastered version of Uncharted on the PS4, but I was just thinking about this. I'm like, you know what? What's going to happen if, in fact, the PS5 is fully backwards compatible? I am guessing, this is what I'm thinking, is that if the PS5 is fully backwards compatible, you'll play all the past PlayStation games, you know, PS3, PS2, PS1, even PS4. When the PS5 comes out, if in fact it has that, what GameStop is going to do, and a lot of these other game retailers are going to do, they're going to crank up the price like crazy. And for those of you who don't believe me, they did that and they've done this with a lot of the past Xbox 360 games. Games that are like super old on the 360, when Microsoft or the Xbox division goes, hey, you can now play these games, these really popular games on your Xbox One. Not long after that, GameStop increased the price, and in some cases they increased it by like 300–400%. We're like, in the past, you're like, oh, I can get this Xbox 360 game for $2 or $3. They cranked it up to like $10–15. I saw that with like Red Dead Redemption, also Fallout 3. I wanted to make this video basically to not kind of get you guys to FOMO, go, oh my gosh, I have to buy up all the used games, used PS3 games in my local GameStop. Not to do that at all, but just kind of keep that in mind on the horizon. If in fact, if the PS5, when that gets officially announced and all the features, if it's going to have backwards compatibility, to have that be on the radar, and I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to write down a list of, you know what, these PS3 games are worth picking up and maybe I should consider getting them eventually. Something to think about, something to consider. I'm not saying this is not advice on what games to get, but definitely consider games, because at $1 or $3 or $5 for some of, now again, a lot of those games are garbage, but some of them are really good. I know a lot of people watching this video, you maybe just grew up with the 360 or another console and never got the PlayStation 3. So there's a lot of great games you maybe missed out on. And it's still an amazing system. Plays a lot of the games in 1080p or 720p, and a lot of them are really fun. And for $3, I mean, I mean, you could get for $3, you could get, you know, for at least in the States, the price of a movie ticket is, you know, $10, $15 in some cases. So you can get like 3 to 5 games for like in the $3 price range. Just something to think about. And let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Do you think the PlayStation 5 is going to be backwards compatible? And if you've been able to pick up any of these cheap games on the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360 or any other systems, let me know in the section below. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you later.